Hey, it's Dr. Karen Can. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And before I go on, if you're new to my channel, would love for you to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so every time I do a new video, you will be notified. And I also love comments all the time on YouTube. So after we do the activation today, maybe you can share with me how that felt in your body. So today we are talking about grace. Now, I'm not talking about being graceful, which apparently, after 4 years of ballet, I'm rather graceful. I'm talking about grace as in what most people define as divine assistance, you know? So sometimes we say, oh, wow, that person is very lucky, they're living in grace or in the flow or. And so we have this picture of what grace looks like sometimes. But what if something that happens in our life is not seemingly to our benefit? Could that also be grace? Could that also be divine assistance? I'll give you a couple of examples. So for me personally, I recently had registered for the Winter World Masters Games, sort of like the mini Olympics every 4 years for older people. Anyway, I was excited to compete in figure skating for the very first time at this event. However, after I registered, I was not allowed to pick my event, which was figure skating. In fact, it was completely sold out. But I had listened to the advice of a friend that said, register and see what happens. Maybe they'll have some spots. So the date passed when they were going to open things back up again. They weren't open. In fact, there was a sold out sign now on the website. So I thought, well, I really thought I was going to get in. I'm just going to go with it. So I emailed the organizers and I said, well, it seems like you're sold out in figure skating. I can't register for my event, so I'd like to get a refund, please. Now, they promised refunds for anyone who couldn't come. So I got an email right away and said, well, if you registered, you should be able to compete. I said, well, no, you don't understand. Events are sold out, so I would like a refund. She said, wait a minute, give me a moment. I will talk to the supervisors. Lo and behold, they found us the spots. In other words, Grace had somehow created a new spot, where there was none before. That's an example of grace. Now, sometimes grace can also look very dramatic. For example, my mother, who, let's just say, she tends to like to secondhand drive a lot. I wonder where I get that from. Anyway, so one time they were sitting quietly at an intersection. And they live in Toronto, so it's pretty busy. And all of a sudden, a car comes right at them, sliding out of control in the middle of winter on black ice. And they're sitting there and they're about to be hit. And my mother just instinctually says, stop, like that, and boom, it stops. Like, but just stop. Inches away from the car. No accident, no injuries, no damage. That is also grace. But what if you get fired from your job and you just thought about abundance and about how much you're going to love working on your new business, and then now you have no funding for your new business because you just lost your job? Well, maybe that's also grace, because the universe heard your message. I want to work on my business. But the universe also knows you're too busy and it's way too easy just to rely on your job and really not focus on your business because you don't have to. So the universe gives you a little push, a little helping hand. And just know, if we can even re-perceive everything around us that's happening is for our highest and greatest good, we experience more and more grace. Yeah, so just food for thought for this week. And let's do a Dopagan healing activation. An activation where we remove obstacles that may be in your way to experiencing true grace and flow in your life. If you're ready to do that, you can just make the intention to receive. Go ahead and get into stillness. We can do it through stillness, through observing internal movement. Go ahead and move your hands, shake a little bit, shimmy, and relax, and feel the energy moving in the body. Feel the flow. Focus on feel. And as you do that, make the intention to receive, and I'll do the Topican Healing Directive. And now command that any obstacles or things in your way preventing you from fully experiencing grace in your life be removed, released, healed, and resolved in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace. Thank you. It's now commanded that whatever is preventing you from being willing to perceive everything as for your highest and greatest good and divine assistance as grace coming into your life every day, be healed and resolved with ease, speed, and grace, all directions of time, and all timelines where you exist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just go ahead and let that settle. Feel it in your body. Feel it trickle down or up. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Let me know in the comments how that feels in your body, how that settles. And that may settle for a couple of hours or a couple of days, depending on the person. And just kind of expect grace in a way, in a not, like I'm expecting it to come, but like an expectant kind of way. Curiosity. That's the way to be. So grace it is for you and me. So some announcements. Number one, my Light Warrior radio show on Monday that I pre-recorded last week is with the wonderful Dr. Eldon Taylor, who is a wonderful friend and a prolific, amazing author. He wrote the book Questioning Spirituality after his two sons went to university after being raised in a spiritual and scientific home. They came back atheists. And so they dove down this road together of questioning spirituality. And so if you've questioned spirituality, wondering how science fits in, or if you have family members that have gone from spiritual to atheist or whatever, this is a great book. I wish I had this in university because I became atheist in university as well and had to have an illness to get reconnected to spirit. And I desire that most people don't have to go through that. So it's airing 12 noon on Monday. You can click the link in the description here and check out his book, Questioning Spirituality. It's super awesome. Some other announcements. Now, Ascension 3, where we are selling our energy-infused jewelry to do healing work for you at your command. That is closing Monday at 11 a.m. So we only open for a week. So if you're running low on your 3R detoxification formula or would like another jewelry piece to gift, we also have some new bracelets. Definitely check those out because they are on sale because they're brand new. They're beautiful and made by Made as Intended. So that is ending 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. So some other announcements. I already mentioned that July 8th, Saturday, July 8th, is the launch of the movie that I'm in, The Inside Effects, How the Body Heals Itself. Well, guess what? There's an accompanying book, and I would love your help to get it to #1 international bestseller, just like many of my other books. And how you do that is you can come to the launch party. So the launch party is on July 5th. Check the details below. You can register. It's free to register. There's some prizes. Keith, the publisher, always gives prizes, which is awesome. I'm going to be there doing a little bit of speaking as well. And the idea is if we all purchase the 99-cent Kindle all at the same time in a short window of time, or if you're like me and like the paperback as well, that's going to be on sale. So it's going to be a number of dollars less than usual. Well, actually, you know what? I think he said he was going to keep it low. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what he said. Anyway, The Inside Effects, very, very special book accompanying the movie. I'm in the book. Love to make it #1 bestseller. So please come to the launch party, register, and or if you can't make it, buy the book that day on July 5th, 2023 to make it a #1 bestseller. Thank you in advance, and the link is below. So thank you so much for joining me today in Spiritual Medicine Digest. All the other announcements are in the newsletter below, and I look forward to talking with you next week. In the meantime, happy experiencing of grace.